You may have heard that there is a gut-brain connection that we all have. In other words, what is happening in your gut can affect things such as mood and ability to deal with stress. This means that it is in our best interest to take care of our gut as a way of improving or steadying our mood and as a way of better dealing with stress and better managing the stress in our lives. If you watch this channel, you already know the importance of a healthy diet. A diet that includes whole foods, that is largely plant-based, if not entirely plant-based, that contains as few highly processed foods as possible, ideally omitting those altogether. You also understand the importance of exercise. All of those things come together as we work on managing stress effectively and dealing with any side effects that might come with the stressors in our lives. In today's episode, I want to give you a quick summary that brings it all together. Sometimes having a lot of information can seem a little bit overwhelming, so let me simplify it for you. Think of your gut-brain connection in the terms of digestion and mood. Steady digestion equals steadier mood. It's a very simple concept that you can then use to make choices and decisions in your life. If you are interested in managing stress effectively, which you probably are if you're watching this video, then you will probably be interested in making sure that your gut is in the best shape that it can be. A lot of that comes down to diet. Not all of it, but a lot of it does. So again, think of it in those terms. Steady digestion equals steady or steadier mood, and therefore a better ability to deal with stress and its effects. If you want to make sure that you have a healthy gut and steady digestion, it comes down to dietary choices, making good decisions in terms of what we put in our bellies, but also when we do so. Timing is important as well. Eating late at night is not necessarily the best thing. Limiting yourself to eating within certain periods of time during the day may be a good suggestion for many, rather than eating endlessly throughout the 24-hour period. Aiming for more scheduled meals rather than haphazard eating habits is also a good choice. On the other hand, things such as stress eating or self-soothing through food or eating comfort food, that can backfire. It may seem like the ideal answer or the quickest fix initially, especially when we are experiencing stress or when we are exposed to different stressors. But it really does not serve you in the long term. Eating comfort foods or eating unhealthy foods or junk food or stress eating, perhaps eating when you're not hungry or eating late at night or eating simply to change your brain's chemistry to feel better in the moment or as a distraction from something else that is happening, will very likely lead to cravings of foods that are not healthy, cravings of the same foods that you might use to self-soothe. Comfort foods, junk food, unhealthy food. And the more you eat those, the more you crave them. And when that happens, you affect the bacteria in your gut. It changes from good, beneficial bacteria to not so good bacteria, which does not benefit you, does not benefit your health, and does not benefit your mood. As a result, you're not able to deal with stress effectively anymore. So what may seem like a good option as a knee-jerk reaction, a poor dietary choice, it may seem as a good idea at first, but it comes with consequences, and it leads you down a path where you lose your ability or diminish your ability to deal with stress properly, to keep a steady mood, to be healthy, strong, and resilient against stressors and its effects. The flip side of that coin is focusing on a healthy diet. Think plants, whole foods, things that are not highly processed, ideally very lightly processed or not processed at all. Consider including fermented foods in your diet. Make sure to get enough protein. And remember, protein does not necessarily mean animal protein. You can get plenty of protein from plant foods if you choose. And of course, keep hydrated. Drink lots of water. Make sure you're drinking enough water throughout the day. Consider taking a walk after a meal. It helps with your digestion. It's a good way to work off some stress. It's an excellent practice for your gut-brain connection. Remember timing of meals, timing of hydration, timing of exercise. Try to define a window within your waking hours when you will eat. Well-timed meals will likely serve you better than haphazard eating. Consider eating lighter meals later in the day and not eating late at night. Be mindful of your hydration practices and habits. Stay hydrated, but keep an eye on how drinking later in the day may affect your ability to stay asleep. If you're drinking later into the evening or later into the day, and as a result have to get up to use the bathroom multiple times each night, your sleeping is then compromised. So be mindful of that and adjust your timing as needed. Slow down as you eat and be mindful of what you're eating. Remember to breathe during your meals. Pause and chew your food properly. We are all so busy and oftentimes hurried to get through a meal so that we can return to work. Or maybe you're even eating while doing work and you finish a meal without realizing or recognizing what you ate and how it tasted. So remember, give your meals that time that they deserve, that you deserve, to have an actual experience with your meals. And one of the best things you can do for yourself is to not work while you're eating. Allow yourself that much to take an actual meal break. And as always, make sure to consult with your physician or any medical health professional before you make any changes in your dietary habits. And of course, don't forget any allergies or sensitivities that you may have. It's all too easy to get caught up in trends and the newest superfoods and accidentally forget that you may have a food sensitivity or an allergy that requires your attention. So remember, there's a definite connection between the health of your gut and the stability of your mood, and therefore your ability to effectively manage the stress in your life. Steadier digestion can definitely lead to steadier mood. If you'd like to learn more about a comprehensive approach to stress management, check out the links below.